Hey, what's going on, folks? I'm AutoMattock, and I have had the privilege of being given access to Ken in City of the Wolves. I have the demo version. I've been playing him for quite some time, studying what he can do. He's been in the world's strongest laboratory, and in today's video, I'll be sharing with you some of my impressions of the character, where I think he's gonna be as far as like his strength. Is he gonna be able to beat Billy? And also, just a bit of a tutorial to get you going with the character. Okay, as far as my initial impressions with the character, you know, I'm a third strike boomer, so I had to see if he can do some of the old stuff like target combo shift Jinrai, short Jinrai. Yeah, he definitely got those. If you are a Street Fighter 6 player, you know, you got your, oh, we're gonna talk about this button. We're gonna talk about this button later. This is his forward C. If you just do neutral C, it's his target combo, and you hold forward to do the rest of it. He has his down medium kick, crouching forward, or in this game it'll be 1D, or down back D. This is his crouching medium kick. It's of course cancelable. So yeah, he's got most of the things you would expect. This heavy kick actually canceled into run. So if you've played Ken in other versions, you should feel right at home, and not going to be too many things that don't feel too different other than the 4 buttons that you'll have with the SNK style. So I think he's pretty easy to pick up, but because of the way the special, like the rev special moves work in this game, canceling moves into other moves, he's gonna have a lot of routes, a lot of combo routes that will require some, you gotta work on him a little bit. So he does have the run, right? So for example, you got Dragon Lash, of course. This is, yes, it is plus. The regular D version is +1 on block, but when you run into it, it is not plus on block. So imagine how these combos can work out when you have moves that can go into other moves, that can go into the run, and then you got juggles. So he's got a lot of stuff. So the takeaway is, I think he's pretty easy to pick up, but to optimize is gonna take a little bit of work, which I think is cool. Now, as far as how strong this character is he gonna be S tier, S plus tier, S plus 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 tier? I think he will at least be around the same tier as like Gato, like all these characters that can make top 8s, but they're not dominating. He's either there, or he's gonna be probably top tier. And the reason why I think that is because he has some answers to characters, especially with this EX run, Fireball EX run. Like that, if Kind throws a fireball and you happen to do that, you will be able to convert off of it. And if he just blocks it, you're likely to have advantage off of that, even if you just block the fireball. So he has a lot of skip neutral ways, and he has good neutral, and he's got a good uppercut, and he's got some good overheads. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that. So yeah, I think he's gonna do quite well. I mean, just for example, he can do something like a wild punish with this forward C, run, and then cancel it. You still have a +16 advantage. So you can just down heavy punch, uppercut. And this is no rev gauge involved. There's no rev gauge involved with that combo. That's almost 50% health. I do have SBG activated, so that's gonna add on and like make it look better than what it is. But that's still a lot of damage. And same thing with forward D. This button, since you can run cancel this, you can Dragon Lash, uppercut, level 1, or you can just go into EX uppercut for the hard knockdown. So uppercut, EX uppercut, and you can even do EX Tatsu for a little more damage. Maybe it's not worth it most of the time, but I mean, come on, that's mad good. One thing about Ken though, he cannot cancel his dash into a normal. He can't run, well he can run, but he can't dash and then attack. He has to complete his full dash. But the good news is, his dash is really fast. It's 17 frames, and he's gonna be zipping and zooming across the screen. So yeah, he's gonna be totally fine, I think. And not to mention, he does have overhead and then cancel the overhead, and then you can run stop and go low. He's gonna be great, I think. I think he's gonna be quite a monster. All right, let's talk about some of the basics for anti-airs, neutral, and some of the pressure tools we have. This is gonna be a sort of brief tutorial. I'm not gonna go over everything, but just enough to get you going with the character. So, anti-airs. Ken got an uppercut, that's what he do. In this game, you can do feints. You can do it with throw, or you can do it with the rev button. And basically, the C version of uppercut is what you can anti-air with. So you can feint it, and then most of the time you can do EX Tatsu. Sometimes the EX uppercut is too far away. If they're close enough to do that, that's pretty much it as far as the heavy uppercut. Now you also have high dodge attacks in City of the Wolves, and this is done with C and your rev button, your rev guard button together while holding down, and you get this attack. Now this is upper body invul, so this is also good as an anti-air. However, if it does not at least counter hit them or wild punish them, you can't combo after it. There is some risk attached to this if you try to juggle and they don't actually hit you. But most of the time it's going to counter hit them. And when that happens, you get some great reward off of it. So a combo like that will give you more certainty that you're actually hitting them as a counter hit. You're going to get the juggle after it. But for the most part, that's pretty much it, I think. You got uppercut, you got high dodge attack, and one more anti-air that I would consider it's kind of cheap. It's EX Dragon Lash. This actually can hit people in the air. I wouldn't recommend it reactionary, but because it's plus on the ground and you just throw it out there, it might happen to just anti-air them. So if you think they're going to jump, you can do it early, and if they block it on the ground, you still have advantage. And this gives you the ground bounce, you can super after it. So I would put those as the 3 main anti-airs that you want to focus on initially. Alright, we're going to talk about boomer neutral, that I like to refer to as, well, this is basically like you're whiff punishing, you're doing solid buttons, you're waiting, you're using that anti-air if they jump. So what normals would you use in neutral? Well, I would first say crouching medium kick. This is something that's not very common in this game, to have a low poke that's also cancelable. And not only is this move cancelable, you can hit confirm it. I won't demonstrate it just for time's sake, but this move you can hit confirm it raw. Kind of crazy. So what do you get off of it? Jinrai is okay from a distance, but there are some spacings where the follow-up won't hit, and the other follow-up only works on crouching opponents. So using Jinrai as a whiff punish tool on top of the crouching medium kick or down back B, maybe not the best thing. But what you can do is regular Tatsu. This is decent. EX Tatsu is actually quite good. Really, you can jump and then dash. You have good advantage there. But if you really want to put the pressure on, you can do EX Fireball. This combos without counter hit. So if you get Fireball, EX Jinrai, you can run here, you can uppercut, you can super here. Yeah, it's really good. Alternatively, you can run here, late Tatsu, uppercut. You can actually backdash and forward heavy punch, and that covers every knockdown except for the grounded one where they don't recover. But yeah, he's got some options. He's got some really good options just off of the down medium kick. All right, let's talk about 6C, forward and C. This move's incredible. Let me just show you with our assistant here, Terry. This is kind of crazy. I don't know if you can do this on reaction, but if you boom, then you can run and combo them. It's kind of ridiculous. That's pretty good. So yeah, very good. You can also combine this button with Jinrai pressure. Yeah, it's gonna just attack their drive gauge and slowly put them closer to overheat. And okay, now we got 6D. The old kicky foot. Now, believe it or not, this move is also a move you can hit confirm. Or you can just throw it out there with run, EX step kick. This is safe on block, and it'll combo on hit. So you can also hit confirm it without any assistance. Well, you gotta react to it. So this is quite good. Now what happens when this move does actually hit with some combo, and you pretty much go into EX Jinrai. Fireball here, run lash, okay, and do an EX Tatsu, or you can, there's so many things you can do here. But basically, this is cancelable into run, and it's also cancelable into super if you don't want to spend if you don't want to spend your rev gauge. Now when it does wild punish, it's going to put them into a juggle state, and from here you basically are just going to run and then go into Dragon Lash. Same old thing applies. Now as far as the old skippity skip skip to my Lu neutral, you got some good options. You got the EX1 Fireball. This is going to be, at best, +1 on block. As long as you have a pretty decent distance, you're going to end up +1. That's alright. You're really trying to go for the hit there, but you do have that as an option. So, other than that, you got your Dragon Lash. The D Dragon Lash, +1. Run Dragon Lash is not advantageous, -5. But the EX Dragon Lash with the run is +2. And then just regular Dragon Lash, no run, this is +1. And as we mentioned earlier, this can actually hit your opponents out the air if you do it early enough. So it has a chance of anti-airing, and you have advantage on the ground. On hit, they're not that great. We're looking at +1 for the heavy version, and +1 for the EX version. Now, if these counter hit, you can combo off of them. I believe the run EX one, you can actually do down C. Pretty insane. That's kind of crazy. So yeah, if you happen to get a counter hit, massive reward is on the way. So that's pretty much it for, you know, skipping neutral with Ken. Now let's talk about some of the pressure tools that he has. He has quite a bit of them. Now, first of all, 2D, this is advantageous on block, +2. And your 5C, the beginning of the target combo, this is 6 frames. So most characters, you'll be able to frame trap them with the target combo. And if they continue to block, you can just use your feint and you'll be safe. The target combo is not advantageous when you feint it, but it is safe. It's -1 on block. You can actually delay this, and this will actually frame trap them. But more on that to come. Of course, you also have Jinrai, just like in Street Fighter 6. You can delay below, so it actually frame traps them. And when it counter hits, we're looking at +6. That means you can do stand light kick as long as you're in range. Kind of crazy. And then just to show how you're still pretty safe against probably most characters. Although the low option is -5 or 6, they're not in range to actually hit you. So you might see some things like Street Fighter 6 where you're negative, but you can still kind of steal your turn because they're too far away to attack. Now he does have the option to do overheads off of his run, and if you use the EX version, you cancel it into another move. So you can do run, overhead, and something like Fireball, and then hit him from there. So that's pretty cheap. Maybe there's some knockdown setups. I don't know. Very good. So he does have this third strike overhead into super. It actually doesn't even work into Shoryu Reppa. It has to be Jinrai. It doesn't work if they're standing. So you still have to confirm crouch or standing. But I think that's pretty cool that they put that in the game. Low dodge attack is his universal overhead from third strike. I think that's awesome. And there are some setups you can do meaty with this. And yeah, that can be pretty good. Alright, so that's gonna wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoy City of the Wolves. It's on sale right now. And whenever Ken gets released, I hope you find some enjoyment with this character. I certainly will be playing him. And once again, thanks to the SNK folks for giving me early access so I can help spread the gospel. Appreciate y'all. Peace.